Welcome to the Everything Podcast. I am your host, and in today's episode, we are going to be covering Shelter. So, as usual, what we'll do is we'll give you some interesting info regarding the cast and production, so on and so forth. We'll watch a trailer together, and I will give you my thoughts. So, without any further ado, let's get into it. So, Shelter is an upcoming action thriller film directed by Rick Roman Waugh and written by Ward Perry. So the basic premise is a former assassin is forced to kill his former organization to protect a girl who had been supplying him. So as far as the cast is concerned, we have Jason Statham. He's playing Mason. They don't have the rest of the characters as far as who they're playing, so we'll go through that. If you kind of new to what I do on my episodes as Chuck, so I will talk about the actors and then I'll give you some suggestions as far as what to watch that they've made. So Jason Statham's obviously got a monster career, but I do think Lock, Stock and Two Smoking Barrels from 1998, really, really cool. So that's my suggestion for today. And as well as the Transporter film series, which was from 02 to 08. So if you haven't seen those, do yourself a favor and go check it out. And then we have Bill Nighy. He was actually in Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows Part 1. So if you haven't seen the Harry Potter series at this point, please do go and watch it. I know sometimes people say maybe it didn't catch them at the right age. You know, like maybe a bit older when it came out or very young. So you maybe not in that sweet spot of like the people who really are into it. I would say definitely go through all of them. Just it's 8 movies. Watch it in a weekend or whatever if you have some time. And definitely go check those out because they are really fantastic actually. Hot Fuzz came out in 2007. If you haven't seen that, is a really, really funny movie with Simon Pegg. And Bill Nighy's in it. So really, really funny movie. Go check that out. Then we have Naomi Ackie. Sorry if I messed that up. She was in Star Wars: The Rise of Skywalker. Mickey 17, which I haven't actually seen. And there's been a lot of mixed reviews there with Mickey 17. So make of that which will. I will let you know what I think of it when I see it. So I will keep you in the loop. Then we have Daniel Mays, and he was actually in EastEnders. Really, really funny show from back in the day. It actually, well, you know, it came out in 2000, so that's quite fun. He was also in a Star Wars movie. He was actually in Rogue One, which is different to Naomi, which came out in 2016. So, so if you haven't seen that, maybe go check it out, see what you think. Then, last but not least, we have Body Ray, and then, sorry if I mess up the surname, so that is Body Ray Brethnach. So, sorry if I've messed that up a little bit. I haven't actually seen anything that she's been in, but she's been in So Awkward Academy, The Capture, and Hamnet, so I'm not really too sure of those. Haven't seen any of that. But the first movie I'll be seeing of hers is Shelter, so I'll definitely be seeing that. But that's the cast. Not a monster cast, but from what I've seen of the trailer, you might actually really enjoy this. So let's watch it together. But before we do, Shelter is scheduled to be released in the United States on January 30th, 2026 by Black Bear Pictures. So that's quite exciting. Not too far away, a little over a month till we get this movie. I'm a big fan of Jason Statham. He's done very little in the form of like making a bad movie. There's been 1 or 2 doozies I can't think of probably. If there are 1 or 2 that you think are bad, please pop them in the comments below. I'd love to hear your thoughts on that. But for me, he can do no wrong. Anyway, here is the trailer for Shelter.
Does the name Michael Mason ring any bells?
Mason isn't just an assassin. He's a precision instrument. He was one of the first of elite operatives.
Then what happened?
bring you supplies week after week, yet you never leave here. Why is that? Most people just say thank you.
Don't ever come up here again.
We have a retinol match.
Send them.
What's happening?
Don't make a sound. Don't come out until I come for you.
Weapons free. Kill target on sight.
Alpha team, come in.
They're all gone.
Who is that? Who are these guys?
I'm up the reservation with baggage. You need to throw everything you've got at him.
Are they going to arrest you?
It's not the police I'm worried about. The people that are doing this broke the only rule that matters, did they?
His profile's been altered.
Our target is not who we thought. I want him taken in alive.
I need a way out for her. She's just a kid who was in the wrong place at the wrong time. Come on!
Look at you. No country, no badge. You're gone.
Not gone. Unshackled.
And that was the trailer for Shelter. So, very, very busy and action-packed, of course. Action movie, that's how it should be. If you have seen the new Running Man or the old one, you do notice a certain dynamic that action movies had. And I think it's a quirky thing. I said quirky yesterday. Why do I keep saying quirky? I think it's very unique to 80s action films. And I'm glad they're kind of stylizing the newer ones with that. Like some of these, you know, cheesy lines and that kind of stuff where, you know, if someone like Arnold Schwarzenegger in this one movie sort of broke this dude's neck on a plane and he goes, oh no, don't worry about him. He's dead tired, you know, that kind of stuff. And yes, it might be cheese, but it adds a certain flavor to an action flick. You know, you get all this action and craziness and, you know, cheesy comedy and stuff. And I like that some of it's making a comeback in some shape or form because it's a lot of fun to watch. You know, yes, it's cheesy, but, you know, it will get you to smile. That's the point, you know. So there were one or two lines in this, you know, that he was kind of, you know, throughout there. Yeah, playing an operative of some sort, retired or doesn't really say, but, you know, whether he's retired or sort of left and kind of living low key, that's not really mentioned in specific, so I don't want to say that that's the case. But yeah, it's what I mentioned. So there's a girl who obviously brings him supplies. In the beginning, she gets a little bit too familiar with him, and then he says to her, no, listen, don't come back here, whatever the case is. Does she listen? No. She obviously comes back and gets caught in the crossfires. So they after him in, you know, droves, this agency. And the beginning was actually, I love this sort of cleverness about, you know, these tactical type things where the guys are like ex-Navy SEAL or ex-CIA or ex-MI6 or anything like that, where the guys have obviously had a lot of experience in life where, you know, they will know, okay, these guys are going to do this. I love the way he traps the guys in the beginning. It's really cool. Boulders, all these different net traps, and knowingly that the guys are going to come in with their goggles, their night vision goggles, switches on these crazy bright lights. And I mean, I don't know if you've looked in the sun for a second, you know, as you look and you look away, you can't see for quite a while, you know what I mean? And I think with night vision goggles, it's actually hurts your eyes quite badly. So very clever scenarios. I like that kind of stuff where there's a bit of thought. And I mean, it seems obvious, but I mean, like, sit and write something like that and it's maybe not as obvious, you know what I mean? So I like that kind of stuff. The cast is rad. I like Bill Nighy. I like Jason Statham. They're rad. This girl, even though I don't know too much about her, she really impressed me in the trailer. She looks like a good actress. And, you know, up and coming, of course, not too much below her belt at this point. But I'm very impressed with what I'm seeing. Very emotive, very, she looks like she knows what she's doing, and talented, you know what I mean? So good for her. All the best to her career. But what I've seen in this trailer, I'm very impressed with her. Yeah. And then, of course, lots of action, and it looks like it's going to be land, sea, all over the place. High-speed chases, of course. That's a staple. It's always fun to watch a really good one. One of my favorite action scenes, I know it's a bit off topic, was the last Mission Impossible with that little plane right at the end. That was a really, really good action scene. So that's just one that kind of sticks out. The Maverick stuff, I know I'm obviously thinking of Tom Cruise's stuff or whatever. But those are the kind of things, a lot of James Bond stuff, there's a few standout action scenes and chases, you know. So obviously they're trying to one-up one another, which is great. It's always fun to see something different and a different take on like the way a scene's done. Even if it's something subtle, you know, those subtleties actually go a long way. So, yeah. So I'm really excited about this. Like I said, I'm a big Jason Statham fan. Again, if you've seen something of his that you kind of like, it was okay. I mean, he's had some mid stuff, of course, but bad, I can't think of anything like really bad. So if you can maybe remind me, think of something that was not really quite up there as far as, you know, what he's done. Let me know what you think. And of today's trailer as well, and today's episode, if you enjoyed both of those, pop those in the comments below, as well as showing us some love by liking, sharing, and subscribing. But that is it for today's episode of the Everything Podcast. And as usual, we will see you in the next one. Goodbye.